Hi, my name is Trevi.
And I'm Kate.
And welcome back to our podcast called 6 Feet Above.
Losing my mind. How are you?
Oh my God. Are you really you have is this suit because you're just
yes,
you
because I'm
mean
about
business.
to take just to court.
Oh, well, you just mean business.
Right, that too.
Yeah.
I'm just spiraling, but it's fine. How are you?
Surprisingly not spiraling.
Because you went to San Diego.
That's what it is.
I gotta go.
I went to San Diego. My mom got a new house that's super close to the beach, and it watching the sunset from her house every day, I'm not kidding, infused serotonin into my veins that I needed.
I could feel it from that Instagram post, and then you had SZA playing, and I hadn't heard that song yet. Your Instagram post was romantic.
What, with my dog?
Yeah, just the sunlight and then
bestiality
SZA.
video. Yeah. All right, guys, if you are watching on YouTube and you're falling asleep or driving and want to listen to the audio version, head on over to the description and there's a link.
I felt the serenity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God grant me that.
No, because should we go to a meeting?
If you need me to go to a meeting with you right now,
I need something more than that right now.
what do you need? I need a gun.
Yeah.
What's that TikTok sound?
Isn't it get the gun?
No, I need to buy a gun. You've never. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
do you want to talk about the contrast of outfits today?
Right. So I was aghast when Trevi walked in a good way, because she's in
I'm in.
leisurely wear.
Well, first.
Oh,
Don't you
you
ever
knock yourself out.
Not kidding. All my Dr. Gabe work falls out of my. I'm wearing.
Okay.
Wait. And then I'm wearing Boys Lie sweats. And then wait. Look at the back of this shirt.
It says fallen angels can still learn to fly. Aw, wait, that's really cute.
I know I wore that for you.
I needed that today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
Because I was listening to Avril Lavigne and I was just I want to base my look off of her today.
I think you ate. I think you slayed.
Really?
I think you give me Avril.
What's crazy is that I was leaving my literal apartment and my roommate says, "You're giving Avril meets Fashion Nova." And I said, "What do you mean by that?"
Now what is that?
Fashion
Was
Nova.
that Gabby?
That was Gabby.
Yeah. I met her finally.
Okay, because you finally met her when she wasn't fighting for her life. Because you met her at my birthday.
I did, and I go, I pull Kate aside, and I love anyone that Kate loves. I think that there's a mutual, if she loves somebody, I just know I'm gonna love them.
I feel the same way about you.
Yeah, so I'm I go to this birthday party. I'm late now, mind you, and I'm just trying to pick up the pieces of me being late.
Yeah, 2
I go to
hours
meet
late.
her roommate, and I was just I pull Kate aside after I meet her roommate. I'm I don't think she.
And I would feel the same way if I were you in that moment, because she was fighting for her life in a severe depression hole.
Yeah.
But you saw her when she was a little more peppy.
She seems like she was. She was so fun. We went to a lesbian strip club.
Jumbos.
Jumbos.
That was my first time going to a strip club. Was it yours?
Let alone a lesbian one. What I thought was so interesting, because I've been to strip clubs before, and the strippers here are just I don't know. I don't even know if the strippers were lesbians, but they would come off stage and be talk to us and be
Yeah.
"Oh my God, girls, you look so cute." They
they
loved us, and they were
Loved
just there wasn't really scary men. There were men there, because
There were some men there, and the way men look at strippers is really different than the way we do. They look they're just so intense, and they look mad, and they're just their eyes are twitching, and we're yes, it's different.
I could never imagine a strip club for straight girls or gay men where it's just men on stage flopping their meat. How would we genuinely sit back in our chair this
Right.
with our arms crossed and our money in our lap, just looking up?
I know.
With just this hunting
The hunting.
it's
look,
these fucking,
hunter-gatherer.
and I'm and you what's that fucking stupid fucking TikTok trend where it's do you have the hunter eyes or the prey?
Stop!
or
I can't. Chocolate cinnamon swirl.
No,
I don't
what
know.
is it's the canthal of the eyes. It's and if you have downwards facing canthals of your eyes, that means that you're a submissive, breedable fuck. I did add that last part, but
Right.
basically that's what they say, and it's just I see all these men with these hunting eyes there, and I'm just we would.
That's why I don't think men and women should be together, but that's controversial. One of them did get off stage and ask my other roommate Harper to make out in the bathroom.
And didn't they?
And I think they did. And that bathroom, the way it smelled, I was it almost knocked me out when I walked in.
Noiked.
No, so I was do not go in there and make out with her, but I think they did.
Yeah. It was It was definitely something.
Something
It
else.
smelled like Coachella. Speaking of, it's happening next month.
Right. My other roommate asked me to go with her to serve drinks.
You should go.
It's my worst nightmare, going to Coachella.
Oh, why?
I just like in the desert, I'm stranded and I have to stand.
So Palm Springs isn't really like the desert. Like it is, but like it's very, like there is a hospital
So we'll just hang out
and an
there.
Apple store and a mall.
I don't know. Are you going to go?
I go every year. I gotta see Lana live. I think I was too
Yeah,
blacked out
you
for the
do.
year that she was performing.
Weren't you sober?
The last time Lana performed at Coachella, no.
Okay.
Like over 5 years ago.
Okay.
But I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
So what do you think of the new hair?
I love the new hair.
Isn't it? It's so like multi-dimensional. There's like, it's like, what is that word though?
It's
where
glossy.
It's not just like one color. It's just like
Oh, balayage.
balayage. Yeah, I think that's what it is. But thank you, Carlos. And if you guys want to watch the video of that transformation on my TikTok, go over and watch it.
Head over.
And tell Carlos.
Give her
we
a
say
like,
hi.
would you?
Would you? So now we've been kind of like putting off our chest and like
the end.
the end, which is nuts.
That's bonkers.
Considering we have to like get it off our chest and then like have a good podcast.
Yeah.
So off our chest is a segment where we rip things off of our titties that have been lying there for quite some time. This is metaphorically, of course, could be negative and it could be good. So what do you want to rant about?
Do you want to go first?
I don't know why you think
One
it's
day
gonna
you
change.
will.
One day I will. Like today, I didn't wear a dress or like anything. Slutty.
I
mean,
like this on you. It is slutty though, in like
it is
a
low key
casual
slutty
way.
because like the nips are pointing.
Right. I
True,
love that
but,
look. God, you have nice ankles. What's it like? Anyways, off my chest. Okay. I have a severe one that I told you about, or I could play it safe.
You could do both, and we can cut one.
It's about my ex.
Oh,
Okay.
do that.
Okay. This off my chest is a little personal, so literally don't tell anyone. Just keep it to yourself.
Okay.
Don't tell anyone. Okay. So essentially, this really had me mad this week.
Oh.
Like irate. When I first moved to LA, I quit my job and I started working in a different industry, and I started working for this guy.
How tall is he?
Literally 5'4", don't worry.
I love how the tight. I love how the height continues to get smaller.
No, literally.
The worse he does.
Yeah. So I started working for him, and then I started dating him. It happens. Started dating my boss. It was an age gap relationship, and it was a thick gap. Like,
how
like
gappy?
26 years. Which is crazy.
Ooh, okay.
Which really just, like, when I think about it, I, like, genuinely feel sick. Just, like, the power dynamic is so messed up. Everything about it, like, I know maybe some of you are in age gap relationships, and I'm proud of you. I don't know why I said that. I don't want to, like, yuck their yum. I don't recommend it, but maybe it works for other people. Just don't date your boss.
I feel like I'd be good. I would be good personally, and I hate to interrupt, but I'd be good in like a 10-year gap.
10 is cool. 10 I rock with, especially because as women, you know, we're more mature than men.
Like a 35-year-old.
Yeah, that, but like 90 is crazy. He wasn't 90.
Close to.
But yeah, I really don't recommend.
Spit it out, sister.
But anyways, basically, I broke up with him after 3 months because I couldn't do it anymore for a lot of reasons that I don't have to get into. Because I mean, I will say he helped me a lot with like getting a new job and whatnot, and I'm grateful for that. But there were some things in that relation that did not make me
Bad relation.
Yeah.
Bad relation. No fellation.
No, yeah. So essentially, I break up with him, and don't worry, I found out that he told a bunch of people that he broke up with me. That's crazy.
That's hilarious.
I love that. And
Not kidding.
not kidding. And he would just like be really inappropriate and try to talk to me, and he would say that he could get me modeling jobs. He would just say that he could get me modeling jobs. When I did see him around, I would not talk to him because he made me uncomfortable, and he would text my roommates things like Kate hates me, blah, 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 trying to get sympathy. That was crazy at your big age.
The biggest.
No, literally. So essentially, we had not talked in a really long time, and I liked that situation. And then I saw him, and he came up to me, and he's like, "This company wants to shoot you, blah, blah, blah." Like, really, like, manic. Like, it's, like, super urgent.
Like Cokie?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I mean, okay, you can give the guy my number. And then he's like, showing me the text between him and the owner of this company, and this man does not want to shoot with me. He's literally like, love the look, but she's a little small to be plus size, direct quote, because he was looking for a plus size model. And I was like, dude, this guy does not want to shoot with me. And he was like, no, you're wrong. You don't understand. And it just got like, what? It was just so, I'm not doing it justice, but it was just so triggering, like having him talk to me and make me feel so small again, because he really made me feel like I needed him. And like I went through that like whole thing again of like, oh my God, like maybe I'm like not shit, and like maybe I do need a man for like all these things and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I went through this whole thing, and I kind of like picked myself out of it, and I texted him being like, do not ever speak to me again. And like when I see you, we are strangers. Yeah. And I just like, I was always so scared to text him that because he is scary. Okay. And it was just like a freeing moment for me. And he was like respectful. He was like, okay, thank you. And I don't know, it felt good. It was scary, but I feel like this past week, I felt like all the emotions I felt like after the breakup, like just, when you like end things with someone and then all the messed up things in the relationship like hit you in the face and you're like, oh, that was messed up.
What is the analogy?
Oh, when you like stop the car.
Was that Tana that made that?
Oh, I said it.
Was it you?
Yeah. It's
you
like
stop the car and everything comes into the front.
So I was just like,
it was giving that boots.
Yeah, it was giving that boots. So it sounds weird when I say that. But yeah, it was. So it's like a half happy off my chest, half like, I am never sniffing a man that's way older than me again.
Yeah.
10 years the cap.
I think that's like, I'm glad that you set your boundary and did that and hopefully scary. Blocked him.
I didn't block him.
It's weird.
I guess I should.
Yeah, considering that's a stranger in your phone.
You don't know him.
I don't know him.
Literally never met him. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Feels good.
Well, I'm sorry that happened and that like made like that's so stupid. The whole point of that I'm just seeing is like he was just trying to like assert a power dynamic again, and like the way that you literally read text that was like she's too small.
Right. I was like, just like being so delusional. Like, what are you talking about?
It's like, hey, shut up.
Literally. And I don't need you to be successful, and I never did, even though you did help me, but like, I don't need you, and I don't need a man to be successful.
Yeah, but people help people because they like people, not because they dangle it over people's heads. Yeah. My off my chest is a little more complex. We had a segment in last week's episode where we were talking about post-nut clarity and why I was confused about it and why we were confused about it. Why, like, you could like someone so much and then, like, once you nut, like, why is everything so, like, and then they panic and then they, like, shut it down or they, like, shut themselves down or worse, like, leave.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it's any new fact or shocking material that I was born biologically male. And I'll return to that. But basically, I got this comment on that clip that I posted on TikTok. And it was someone just being like, why are you trying to erase your past? Basically, like, I know what you are, Lore. Being like, why are you trying to act like this? You know exactly what it feels like. You know exactly why they do that.
What? That is crazy.
And I'm just like, I think Becky or whatever the fuck her name was, but I think that it was literally a trans person commenting it, which is just like says a lot.
That's crazy.
Says a lot about their transition that they have to like attack me in that way.
Right.
But I think if I fucking knew the answer to post-nut clarity, I wouldn't have been fucking asking it on my podcast. This isn't a fake podcast. I don't just sit here calculating trending topics.
Right.
Like, I was genuinely trying to get to the bottom of that with you. And a psychologist actually commented that it's something called a refractory period.
Oh, I've heard of that.
I didn't have like a normal male experience. I wasn't comfortable doing that. I didn't hook up with people. Like I lost my virginity at 18, and like some may think that that's early, some may think that that's late, but like my body count is still 5, and that was always a very touchy thing for me because I was always very insecure and I never felt like that was my role. So if I fucking knew, like I will repeat this again, no shit, I was born, no shit, I'm trans, no shit that like I'm different than every other girl, but like that wasn't the only person that commented that too. Like I wish people understood, and especially in today's society, that like everybody has a different experience of life. And like it just brings me back to like growing up in Temecula, where like every single person was super cookie cutter and everyone had the same lives, and the boys did this and the girls did that, and this is your role and this is, you know, X, Y, and Z. It's like everyone thinks that like before my transition I was just like happy living as a fucking dude. Like, oh, I'm just fucking swinging my dick around. I'm doing dude. Like I never acted. I never was comfortable. And obviously if I'm going to the point where I'm like sitting on surgery tables and going under the knife, like you don't think that I really felt this was necessary in my soul. And, you know, I'll go back to the fucking sushi restaurant when I'm 8 years old.
Right.
We'll go back to that story. Like I've known ever since I was a kid there was something so deeply uncomfortable. And when we have my mom on for an episode, like we can really like get deep into like the fights that we had.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
About clothing and like makeup. And like I remember I wore makeup, like a little bit of makeup on my chin and my cheekbones for like someone's wedding, and it was just like people got mad and I had to wipe it off. It was just like a really like I've been fighting for this experience for so long, and it took me until I was 20 to do so. And like those 20 years weren't comfortable years of my life that I'm just like fucking everyone and getting post-nut clarity. Like, so
it's so wild that all these people think they know exactly who you are and what your experience is. It's like, what is it? Like, what gives them the right, or how do they actually think they understand what you've been through and who you are and everything about you?
Well, here's the thing.
Parasocial shit.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I was listening to Whitney Cummings' podcast, which, by the way, I really want us to go on there. You need to listen to Whitney Cummings' podcast. You know that
I have, yeah.
But it's incredible.
Yeah.
I started listening to it because Tana was on it, and then Brooke was on it, and then I've been binging it for the past like 2 weeks, to be honest. She gave a special like food for thought like moment about hate comments, that like if you were a hater and you see something about Dua Lipa, or you see a picture of Dua Lipa on your Instagram and you didn't like the way her hair looked, or you thought it was a bad angle of her, and you commented that. Listen. But as a hater, from a hater's perspective, do you think they're doing it to be malicious, or do you think they're doing it to make themselves feel better? Because if I was commenting on Dua Lipa's post that I thought it was a shitty angle and I thought she looked bad, everyone knows the truth. This is just an analogy. I've never done this. I'll pull up my Instagram, I promise. Right. So do you think they're doing that because they actually want to piss Dua Lipa off, and that she's going to see that, and that it's going to be like, that it's going to get through to her? Like, no.
Yeah.
So when I think of like the videos that like blow up of us, do you really think that now I always wonder, I'm like, I really don't know if they're doing that to be malicious, or subconsciously it's like they know I won't give a fuck.
Right.
But sometimes I do, right? Because there's certain things. There's certain things that we've talked about that like I don't give a fuck. There's like certain comments that I just do not give a fuck about. And then there's some comments where like every once in a while I'll be like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm like, damn. I don't know. I think it's jealousy. I think it's a lot of self-hatred. I think it's like, even today I posted like a silly story time about going to the grocery store and how it makes me anxious. And someone commented being like, well, us real adults have problems, so like, why don't you shut up? And I'm like, it's a story. But I'm like, oh, you're just sad.
Yeah, so it's like
just sad.
And that's basically what Whitney was saying, is that like you have to kind of step into this position of like, who are they? Why are they saying this? What has gotten them to the point to get their fingers going?
Their greasy fingers.
And exactly, and send that.
I literally can never imagine
I could never
writing a hate comment.
I couldn't either.
And commenting it. That is the craziest thing in the world to me. Like,
I know.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
I feel better, and I'm glad we both talked about that.
Yeah, I think those are like really deep things. I'm like realizing why am I like why do I feel like I'm just like someone's old sleepy dog right now? I feel like I'm very relaxed.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say like you have a different energy than you usually have. You seem very a lot more serene, and it's helping me because I'm not.
Is it?
It's calming me down.
Because I feel like it's normally like our roles have flip flopped.
Like I'm scared for after this podcast when I go back to reality and start spiraling again. So we should just stay here all night.
You were about to say when I go back to rehab.
When I go back to rehab, I'm relapsing tonight. But
mark your calendars.
Hey. Yeah, no, there's something different about you.
Thank you. I mean, it won't last.
Yeah, you're like, enjoy it while you can. It will not last.
Enjoy it while you can. And this is me on a Red Bull, a full 12-ounce Red Bull.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
You and I had a little send-off moment.
We did.
And we partied.
We partied hard.
We partied the roof down boots.
Like we were out.
We went out.
We went to
Tari Yummy's 1 million subscriber.
Correct.
Party, and it was so cute.
We looked great.
We did look really great.
We towered over literally everyone.
I know.
Listen, I know, like, I just want to get this off my chest. And it's not a bad thing. I just did not realize how petite a lot of the people, the influencers that I see online are. Yeah.
But it was cute.
It was fun. I stayed out late. I did become mute.
You went mute at midnight.
But, I can hang.
You can hang.
Great music.
It was great music. I think that's like the longest I've seen you hang.
Yeah, I was out and like, I don't know, it was fun. I felt cute.
Which one like had more people that you've seen? The Fenty one or that one? Like
I think that one.
It was kind of nuts. It was like every single person you could ever imagine in that room.
And I was just literally a foot taller than all of them. It was crazy.
Same.
I was like, yeah.
We were 6 feet above.
Yeah, I really like going out with you.
It's the best.
I love going out with a tall woman.
Well, and a sober one.
Literally. Yeah. It's unstoppable.
It is. I mean, I don't know what I would have done because everyone was just going pretty ham that night.
Yeah, we went to the bathroom and these two girls, do you remember? They were like, you guys are so fucking tall. Fuck you.
Oh, but they were
like complimenting
aggressively
us.
complimenting us.
I loved it.
I forgot to tell you, but like after you left, I went to the bathroom again and there was this girl and she puked in the sink. It was just like...
Yeah, people were going
ham, and she wasn't even like, I think she was someone's plus one, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that's so me.
But yeah, fucking to Tariyami's 1 mil.
Yeah.
The 6 feet above alumni. I just love the word alumni because you know what?
Why?
Because I've gone to so many rehabs and my email is attached to them.
Alumni.
And I get so many alumni. I've never been an alumni of a college.
Yeah, right.
I've never been an alumni of a fucking high school.
Interesting.
But it's like
a lot of rehabs.
It's like I'm gonna make up the names, but it's like Seaside Bay alumni. Coast to Coast Treatment Center alumni.
You're so accomplished.
Boop, 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 boop. Alumni, and I'm like, how many?
They want money from
fucking, and they want me to come back
to like speak,
to relapse.
Oh right,
and be helped again. That's all a rehab wants.
I know, right? It's
sad. I think that there's a lot of pure rehabs, but you think about what a rehab is. I think everyone that works in the rehabs, but the people that like own them, I'm like, you're
a lot of skeezy stuff. Especially in Florida.
Oh my God.
Stay away from Florida rehabs.
I mean, even LA. Come on, all the Malibu ones.
Oh God, they're so
I don't know everyone's story, and I'm not gonna like bring anyone in because there's obviously some inspiring stories of people getting sober and opening rehabs. But like,
yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, I've told the story of the concierge rehab on here. Right. Have I? I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there is just a lot of like sketchy shit with rehab business, but we won't have to get into that today.
Okay, I want to say what happened at Tara's party.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what happened?
Okay, so I was talking to Trevi, but you were also talking to other people, but like it was evident that like me and you were like next to each other, right? And this girl is really drunk and she comes up to you and is like, oh my God, such a fan, blah, blah, blah. And then she like moves to the side a little bit and she's pretty drunk. And then I'm like standing there and she was like, oh my God, Trevi's such a queen, isn't she? And I was like, yeah, of course, like duh. And she was like, have you heard her podcast? And I was like, no, tell me about it.
Did you really say no?
No, I was like, yeah, I love it. And she was like, it is dark, but it's also really funny. And it's just like, oh my God, what a queen. And I was like, hey, Spread the word. 6 feet above.
Maybe she didn't know it was you. I just like.
It was
Maybe
such
she
a
only
humbling
listened.
moment.
But what if she only listens to the audio version?
Well, then that's
She's
messed
a
up.
fake ass bitch.
Should watch because we dress up for her. But
Well,
that was crazy.
That's hilarious.
I was like, I've heard of it. Sounds kind of stupid, but no. I'm
I
kidding,
wish
I'm
you
kidding,
said
kidding.
that.
I know.
wish you just
She
played
starts
into
fighting me.
Not kidding.
No, but that was a hilarious moment. It was humbling.
Was there anything else?
A lot of cute men there. You thought there were a lot
I
of
thought
cute
there
men.
was a
Did
few,
you talk
but-
to any?
Oh, the bouncer.
Oh, did you end up talking to him?
Okay, so I like pull up to Tara's party and there's this like bouncer that used to work at a popular club out here in LA that I used to go to. And I remember whenever I pulled up to this club, I was like so excited to see this bouncer because I thought it was so cute.
Oh my God, bouncers.
And he's like 6'3" and he's just like perfect. And, like,
definition.
I don't even, he was just Doifinotion.
Doifin-
He was, right?
No,
It's just
literally.
perfect
Chiseled
fucking
face.
Oh my God, his
Yeah.
body. Insane. And every time I went to that old club, he paid me no mind. Like, and this was like, I went back then, like when I just like was just moving back to LA from New York. So I was just like, I don't know, I wasn't the healthiest. I was probably, my hair was a rat's nest and I just,
Computer wires.
computer wires. And that was so funny when I was editing. I was like, holy shit, that's funny. I'm hilarious and a genius and hot.
No, because literally.
But I haven't seen him in a while, and he's the doorman at Tara's
Yeah.
thing, and I pull up, and the sleigh outfit that I
Yeah.
wore, and we pull up at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Yo,
I was
you-
like, hey. Anyway.
So he looks me up and down, and like I thought he would recognize me
oh, he did.
by now, but he didn't recognize me because you were pulling up as I was showing him my ID.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, he goes, no shit. Because he reads my name. He goes, I didn't know that was you.
Oh,
and he looks me
wow.
up and down again. He goes, you look incredible. And I'm like,
Okay, that's your husband.
that's insane.
Yeah.
He-
Bouncers are such thoughts.
I think, are they?
Are you kidding? They're like the most known thought in the land.
I thought that was like a.
No.
No, the most known thought is like a.
I'm telling you, it's a bouncer. All the girls, like, they like get drunk and they're all over them. I hooked up with the bouncer once. Let me tell you, Thought City.
Wait, but what else? What else is like known to be a hoe?
A thought?
Like a promoter.
Bouncer,
Anyone that
promoter.
works in like.
Yeah, DJ.
Which kind of weirds me out because it's like that's where like there's a bunch of alcohol and like inebriated girls. Oh.
Right.
Right.
Correct.
Oh.
Plumbers.
Like aren't like hockey players like
Oh my God.
Or-
Hockey players. Yeah.
aren't they like just hosted? Remember when I was hooking up with a hockey player when I lived in New York and I was living at the Sober Living and I was like so giddy about this boy?
Wait, I kind of remember you were like obsessed.
Well, of course, babe. I looked nothing like a woman. And it was the hottest man I honestly could have ever gotten at that time. I look back at it and I'm like,
Do that again?
I don't know how I got it
How
so
was
deep.
it?
But like I look back at that boy now and I'm just like, it was average, but I was like,
He was a thought. And he was like weird towards you, right?
of course.
I hate that.
Did you see me? I didn't have my fucking life together. I was 3 months sober, thinking I
Fighting
was
for
going to
your
get
life.
married in fucking concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
Yeah, no one's getting married there.
Nobody.
But let me tell you, hockey players, that the one hockey player I hooked up with in college like begged me to watch me pee.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then I was like, no. And then he motorboated me.
Oh.
And it was in a bathroom and there was a window and there was a huge party going on outside and everyone saw me get motorboated. Well, I was like, this is the driest I think I've ever been.
Freeze dried city.
Yeah.
Just
you had
slip it
to
in.
say it. A lot of genres of thoughtiness. Wait, but what genre is not a thought?
I think artists. I think. Listen.
They are the thoughtiest of the
I
bunch.
think, but if you're gonna find someone who is willing to like be emotionally open with you, you gotta pick someone in creative. Probably like a teacher.
Yeah, you might have a point. A teacher.
You'd be surprised.
Ugh.
Lots of crazy cases out there.
A cobbler.
is that?
For the
Peach?
shoe.
Oh.
Peach.
Flight attendants and pilots are hoes because they're always in new cities.
Oh, yeah, they're hoes. God.
I almost a pilot once.
How?
Hinge.
Why didn't you? He was in Bora Bora.
Whoa. Should we move on to a more substantial topic?
I'm actually begging.
I'm not kidding. Dumbest things we've ever done.
Oh, yeah, I like that. But you
I
have
don't
to
know.
start.
What have I done? Okay, so the dumbest thing I've ever done. I do a lot of dumb fucking things, and I think I know that they're dumb though. Like I've never like done something that I thought. I mean, I'm sure I have now that I'm thinking about it, where I've like been like, oh, that's such a slay. Mm-hmm. Like for instance, when I made a song called "Slay" and then performed it for years straight on tour, and then I have to look back at it now as a 25-year-old, now that the word is dead, knowing that I have a song with honestly probably 100 performances of me just singing "Slay." Had to perform that. It was good for a 14-year-old, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
like
that was probably a dumb thing that I've done, and a lot of you may disagree. I think
yeah, why is it dumb?
it's just cringe now that I look back at it.
I mean, like everything I've done online.
I'm dating back to 2009. Dumbest thing. Well, okay, you go and I'll think of more. I'm transitioning. No, I'm kidding.
Stop.
Best decision I've ever made. I'm like having post-nut clarity. No,
oh my God, too soon.
people love. Did you see the comments that like love how we bring back like jokes from the beginning of the episode and spread them out and sprinkle them into the episode?
That's just so.
That's so us coded.
So us coded. I don't know. Like dating my boss was pretty freaking dumb.
Getting into ketamine
and never did it.
And then continuing to after I was pissing blood.
That is not the brightest, but it's not the worst thing I've ever heard. I
think the smartest thing I ever done. I think the smartest thing I ever did, though, if we're gonna flip it, is I froze my DNA, my reproductive DNA, before I went on hormones, so I could start a family if I wanted to. Yeah,
that's very smart.
Yeah,
you're gonna be a great mom.
Thanks.
I mean that.
Do you?
I really do.
I can barely raise my own self.
And you can, and I hope you let me babysit your kids one day. Anyways.
As if you're not gonna be the surrogate, it's sperm, babe.
No,
like, what? That would be the perfect baby in the world.
Right?
Our genes put together.
It might be an alcoholic,
Would you
though.
Oh. But we have the tools.
We do have the tools.
Currently, us behind this act right now spiraling.
Yeah. Like I have all the tools. No, but I'm very stable.
If they could gene edit, I would do it.
Yeah. Oh my God, imagine.
We would have the most perfect kid. Be so tall, be a model.
Be so hot.
So funny.
Yeah.
So hot.
God.
We're perfect.
You're making a lot of sense.
Yeah.
We are perfect.
Would you at least
People don't talk about that enough.
Would you give me eggs?
For sure.
You would?
Only you, though.
Okay.
Nobody else. So don't get any ideas.
What if you tried to come back and you're like, well, I'm the actual mother?
Oh, I'd probably do that. I'm kidding.
Do you see my face right there?
I know. You're like, wait.
I need a close up on that.
You never know. You never know what I'm going to cook up.
Dumbest thing you ever did. Go.
Oh, my God. One time I was at my friend's party and I had a huge crush on him. And his dad came down.
His dad instead?
Well, yes. His dad came downstairs and was like, everybody be quiet. And I aggressively hit on his dad.
Really?
Do I have some issues with older men? But like everyone was talking about how I tried to hit on his dad. And his dad's girlfriend, I guess, was like upstairs. I was blackout. But I was like, I love that shirt. He was in like a flannel. And I was like, can I come upstairs with you? He was like, if you don't get the fuck away from me right now. And I was like, that's a boundary.
Yeah.
That was pretty dumb.
Speaking of parties, I want to talk about some bad ones.
Yes.
Do you have a certain experience of like an event, a party, a gathering, if you will, that has stood out to you in your mind?
Yeah, I'm like still traumatized. I pull up to this party. It's this like softball girls party in college. And there's this guy there that like I have a huge crush on, and he starts making out with this girl, whatever. So I'm like in the bathroom, a quick weep, and then I get back out there. And then I like go into this room because I'm trying to find my friend or something, and this softball girl was like, "You can't be in here," shakes up a soda and sprays it in my face. And I was like,
that's awful.
I got so mad. No, this is like a really dark story. I got so mad, and then I go back outside and there's like soda on me. This other football player comes up to me and he's like, "Yo, like, would your friend suck my dick?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Or would you?" And I was like a soda on me, like so distraught. I was like, "You buffoon, get out of my face." And then this like, then I'm like then I'm outside like trying to call my friend to pick me up, and I like wasn't even drunk. I did not black out that night. I think I don't know why. And there was these like crew of like men outside, and they're like, "Yo, bro, I'm trying to find some fucking pussy tonight. Like, God, like who wants to fuck, blah blah." And I was just like, I was like, oh my, it was like Neanderthals at work. I was just like, dude, like it's not that serious. They were like, "God, like," and I was just like, oh my God.
I hate when they get angry that they can't come. It's
Literally.
the scariest thing.
Literally.
It's the scariest thing, seeing like male rage because they can't. I just
And
want
when they
to
don't-
hold up
yeah.
any hole.
Yeah,
Give me anything.
They literally start levitating. They become like the devil if they did. Yeah, no, literally.
Wait, listen to them. Wait. I'm saving this net crack.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's what they're like. They become possessed by the testosterone cum demon.
Yeah, but they didn't know I could hear. So I was like, literally, it was like the
This
fucking
thing
Wizard
called
of
Girls
Oz,
Are Deaf?
yeah, Wizard of Oz, like behind the curtain. I was like, oh my God, good God.
Good
And so I go
God.
back into the party, and this is what gets me.
It's not done?
It's not done, and this is the worst part. This guy, I'm talking to some guys, and this guy literally grabs my pussy, like gropes me.
Whoa.
Twice.
Okay, this
is like my most traumatic night.
dark
And like the
story.
first time he does it, I like push him, and then he gets mad at me, and he was like, "Don't fucking touch me." And I was like, "You just fucking grope me." And then he does it again, and he like daps up his friends. And the reason
Whoa,
I'm saying-
I hate that.
Listen to this. The dude that groped me, I'm looking at my DMs the other day, my message requests.
No.
I get a DM from him, and
No.
I'm like, "What the?" And he literally DMs me, and don't worry. Well, I don't know why I just said don't worry, but he literally DMs me, and he was like, "Hey, can you put me in touch with Gabby, my roommate, because I have a new business and she'd be great for it, and I want her to promote it." Fuck you!
Not even, "Hey, I'm sorry for grabbing your
Well,
pussy."
I'm sure he doesn't even like fucking remember. Like, I don't know.
That's the sad part, is that
Yeah.
they just like a lot of times don't know what is right and what's wrong.
Yeah. I was
You
just
know?
like, I looked at the DM, and I swear my eyes went red. I started levitating. Like, I became possessed. I was just like, the gall. Like, you don't remember? And also, who are you? Like, I don't follow you. Go away. You think I'm gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you, great, yeah, let me like get you in touch with my roommate." Yo, literally stick my whole foot up your ass, you bitch. Anyways, that's just like my most traumatic story.
Yeah, it does sound very traumatic, but
It had layers.
I don't know if I have a traumatic party story.
Give us something with levity, with some.
Do we ever
light.
get like the deep lore on DJ Kevin?
Oh my God!
So it's
I love this. Take it away.
and there might be some gaps and holes. So please try to.
Thank God.
I know they're like, where?
A whole group of men come in. They're like, "Wait, you said hole."
So please fill any gaps if I'm missing any.
Oh, I got you.
So it's Halloween 2021, and
Simpler
it is.
times.
I got sober at the end of August, so it's September, October. I'm like 2 months sober, 2.5, I would say.
You're still kind of fighting for your life, right?
I'm in New York at the Sober Living. I've already met Kate at this point. We've known each other for like honestly 2 weeks, and
We're not homies yet.
we are not.
We are
friends.
not friends.
But the Sober Living kind of comes to all the girls and was like, "Hey girls, so I think they knew that just like partying on Halloween was like
Triggering.
Yeah, I mean it was. I think like going to a Halloween party and getting like dressing all slutty and getting like shit faced was like
Right.
pretty much the norm for
Yeah.
all of us. I
Yeah.
feel sure I could speak for everyone in the house that that's a pretty popular fucking thing.
Right.
But they were like, "Yeah, so we are taking you guys to a very super special, spectacular party, Halloween party. And get this, it's in Central Park. And, the girls are looking at each other like,
I'm hyping it up like crazy.
Kate's hyping it up.
I'm like, it's going to be the best night of your lives.
Not kidding. I'm thinking that this is, it is October, the last week of October. I am freshly sober. My life starts now.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm already going to parties again. I'm feeling confident enough to go to a party again. I got my new friends, my new girls. We're going to tear the house down. And it was a while since I've been at a party at that point, because it was last time I was at a party, I feel like it was, I don't know, just months before that. Because, at the end of your addiction, you're just rotting in bed.
Right.
So it was just like refreshing and exciting. And Kate says that there's someone named DJ Kevin who's DJing this Halloween party in Central Park.
I'm hyping him up
and
like crazy.
she's like, oh, you guys haven't heard of DJ Kevin? He's like a New York icon. Like, basically, like, I don't know how much they paid you, but you were feeding us bullshit.
Like $3.
Okay.
I don't know. I just wanted you guys to have a good night.
Yeah. But you were convincing yourself as well.
Yeah. I was like, this is going to be the best night of all our lives.
So eventually the flyer leaked. I looked at the flyer and I just knew it was
a New York icon.
But the flyer gets leaked. Someone sends it to me and I look at it and I'm just like, oh, this is going to be one of the scariest nights of my life, is it?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking Halloween
You're
style.
not talking spooky.
But the girls, it's the day of the party. We're all getting dressed up. I didn't have any clothes or money, honestly. So I just had like a blazer, some pants, and some fake blood. And I go, I'm a CEO. I'm like, you know what you are? I'm not going to tell you what you are, but you'll find out.
What the
What's funny?
CEO. I just remember the outfit like yesterday.
Wait, honestly, CEO put it on the screen.
I took pictures of you in it.
Yeah, I did probably 7 face app filters. You should have seen my hair was 3 different colors and it wasn't balayage. It was 3 different colors because it was unintentional, and it was my natural hair was curly and then the extensions were just pin straight. I looked like I was doing an experimental like abstract art piece on my hair. It was like if you took that shit to like Paris Fashion Week for like a special like crazy show. Like, what are one of those crazy shows? Anyway,
Mosquito.
Yeah, like someone could walk Mosquito because it was that camp looking.
Yeah. So you slayed. New York icon.
New York icon. Yeah, not kidding. So we all get an Uber and we take 2 cars and we get there, and I'm like, do y'all hear the music? I don't really hear the music, and
we're getting so excited. I'm dressed as a breathalyzer, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
you dressed as a breathalyzer. We're all like 1 month sober.
Literally, what the?
Wasn't someone dressed as like a pea cup as well, or was
probably?
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm a CEO.
Yeah, I'm a breathalyzer.
And you're a breathalyzer, and I think it all just makes sense. Yeah. We get to Central Park, and honestly, I know I'm putting a lot of the storytelling on you, but can you help me fill the gap of like when we first arrived?
Well, we have to like walk up a hill and it's in this gazebo.
It's in a gazebo. It's probably 20 feet.
Yeah, it's hella petite. We're like hiking up this hill, like scaling the mountain to get there. And like Trevi's in like her stilettos. And literally,
I can't believe I wore stilettos.
I know, to a Central Park gazebo. And we don't hear any music.
Don't put it like that. Wasn't there something wrong with the aux cord or something? He couldn't.
DJ Kevin was just a guy with a phone and a broken aux cord. We walk in and it's just like everyone is so
miserable.
Awkward. It's literally sober party. Like everyone has a day sober.
Well, we didn't mention that it's a sober party.
Yeah, it's a sober event, and usually people that go to sober events don't have a lot of time sober. I don't know. That's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
It was just like so awkward, and like at one point a guy takes a picture of us, and then our friend is like, "Oh, can you send that to me?" He's like, "Yeah, buddy. I know. If I get your number, I won't be a creep." And we were all like, that was a weird thing to say. Like, it was just so awkward. And then I took a bunch of pictures of you and you were just like serving with the poses, just saving the night.
There was a phrase that I left with that night that all the girls, we all said this for months.
Yeah.
We said this for months. This party was so bad. We were there for what, 30 minutes, 45 minutes?
If that, like I felt like I wanted to die.
You had to remove us from the
and I was on the clock.
Yeah, you were on the clock.
I was like,
so, you know, I look at the girls as we're like noticing that the time is running out, that we're like, we got to get out of here. And I go, well, this is it. Like, this is sobriety.
This
like,
is your life
like
now.
This, we were all freshly sober and
Yeah.
like thinking that like a sober party could be nice and refreshing.
Right.
I was like, this is gonna be our lives,
right?
For the rest of our lives.
Yeah, it's, oh my god, the first bad sober party you go to, everyone has that experience. You go into a spiral after.
Well,
you're like, this
is it.
Yep, this is all it's gonna be.
Yeah. So we said that. I can't believe that I even remember that.
Dude, everyone wanted to relapse after that.
I wanted to relapse after that?
Everyone was talking about how they wanted to relapse.
Yeah.
And I was like, keep your head up.
I think we were all just like being dramatic and funny because of like it became to a point where we weren't all like walking down with our heads down like bummed. We were all just like, it was laughable bad. It was really bad.
Yeah.
But fuck, that was just hilarious. And I hope DJ Kevin has a working aux cord now.
No, I'm truly begging. And I hope he is just,
a New York icon.
New York icon.
To a man with a phone and an aux cord.
And a broken aux cord.
The fuck do you mean?
No, because I was lying to you guys.
You were lying to us about DJ Kevin.
Like
you were
crazy.
I'm thinking that they shut down Central Park.
It's just a small.
They probably just flipped a coin that gazebo would have been open that day.
No, literally. It was pretty treacherous.
Yeah. So now it's time for the unnamed segment that I don't think we'll ever name, where we answer your inquiries sent into our public Instagram.
So the first one is, how have both of you managed to connect and work with people in entertainment?
Well, I think as of recently, going out and doing a lot of events sober is like a pretty big deal because you can talk to these people as if they're a human, not like as if you're trying to like just get fucked up with them, because most of the time if a brand is throwing an event, the people who work for the company are not going to be drinking, or at least not be drinking that much.
Right.
So to be showing up and being composed has been like my number one like best thing for me right now. I think for me, just time and consistency in one place. I think if you're that person who's like always trying to like move to the next best place and like popping and bopping around, like I've been in LA I moved here when I was 16 and then I took 2 years off to do New York, but like it's a lot of time out here, and like you also just like have to realize that like you never know who someone else can become as well. So it's like I always treat everyone the same, not because they might be a huge CEO or they might, it's just because it's fucking right.
That's what I was going to say. Like, be nice to everyone because you should. Yeah. But also, I've gotten like jobs because I was just like simply a joy to have on set. Yeah. And same here. Just like that person talk to that person, talk to that person. Like, if you're a nightmare, that can have a crazy domino effect. Be nice.
1000%. 1000%. I think that's the ultimate thing that we could both agree on is just like treat everyone fucking same. Right. And keep meeting people. Like, go out and be social. Like, don't be a hermit. I know it's hard, but...
No, it's very hard. And try not to black out. Tips on how to be confident in the bedroom with someone new.
Like a brand new person.
Brand new.
I'm such a bitch.
What do you mean?
I feel like I'm like such a bitch. And like...
Right. Thank you.
I don't know. I feel like the first time I hook up with someone, I'm very like that comes to me. Like I just, I'm like, do you like those fucking big fat hits in your face?
So what would your advice be to channel that?
You've never met this person in your life, or maybe they have, but you've never hooked up with this person in your life and they probably don't know that much about you, so you might as well give them an idea.
Yeah. And like honestly, confidence is so hot. Fake that shit till you make it.
Yeah.
And truly, like you got to remember that they're auditioning for your show, so you have a blast, you have fun, and you do what you want to do. Let the freak flag fly.
Yeah. Freak. I have to keep that in. It was an accident.
Freak flag fly.
It was an accident. That was hilarious though. I think also if you really like this person, as well, it's like
don't hook up with them.
Sex
ruins everything.
Well,
what?
I think if you're gonna hook up with this person and you really like them, sex plays a huge part in a long-term thing. So it's like you're also auditioning as well. So it's like give them pop star and porn star energy. Don't take it too far and like get DP'd on the first day.
Right, correct. But also you deserve a bust, not just that.
Yeah. I don't know. I try to give it like I try to pretend like it's a show.
How do you guys catch these cheaters? Lord.
You block everyone that they follow. Mm-hmm. And then if they follow someone new, it'll pop up.
Genius.
We've said that on here before, right?
Yes, but it's genius.
Or you
go through their phone. No, don't do that.
3D print their face.
Right.
And get in the fucking phone. I don't know. I feel like
the truth always comes out.
The truth always finds a fucking way to come out.
Yeah. So if you're going to go through it, if he's cheating on you, you might as well Venmo yourself some money. How to deal with a guy that's so funny and good at banter over text but kind of dry in person? Block him? Oh.
No. I think that I've met people like this. They slowly
become funny.
With time, become more comfortable. People who are like that, if someone has personality already, it's gonna come out eventually. But also maybe he's just a really good writer and bring the opportunity to him. Have you ever thought of being an author?
Right.
Have you ever thought of being a screenwriter?
People can be hilarious on text.
True, because it's like there's a lot of people that write like shit for like Family Guy or like South Park, and they're just probably in person like.
Right.
There's some funny, crazy, silent people.
Yeah, there really is.
We're all just out here just like la la la.
I know, literally like doing backflips.
And we're not even funny
at all. Yeah, I don't know. If you're into it, it'll show, but like listen to how you feel. Don't force yourself to be attracted to this man.
Yes. Oh, look how good I look.
I know, it's kind of fucked up. Should I start laser before or after starting HRT? It's about to be summer.
So Well, Kate, take it away. So this person is referencing laser hair removal, and HRT is hormone replacement therapy, which is something that us trans people go through when we are exchanging hormones for the opposite gender. In a perfect world, I would say do the HRT first because it would hurt less, because the thicker the hair is, the more it kind of zaps you. Is what I've learned in my experience. You can also just do it at the same time. If you're saying like that there could be like medical adverse effects, I don't think so. Google it. I'm not a doctor. But I did both. I remember I started laser hair removal before I was on HRT, and then I did it after, and I preferred it after just because when you're on the T blockers and the estrogen, like the hair just like is thinner. So it won't be like zappy, and you can like smell your hair burn too. So it's like just not.
All right.
Catherine, motherfucking lavrentios. What are you grateful for?
Oh,
you're like already getting your.
Yeah, I'm like, see ya. Okay, I am grateful for heels. I'm grateful that even though I'm spiraling right now, I still showed up to my best ability.
This is not an AA meeting. You do understand that.
Yes, it is. Literally, you're my sponsor.
Yeah. Whoa.
I grateful for working out. I love working out. It makes me feel so good. It makes me feel like a bad bitch. I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful for this motherfucking podcast.
Me too. Obviously, I'm grateful for this podcast. I'm also grateful that I'm just a master manifester. Mm-hmm. I said something in the last episode that was kind of me alluding to wanting something for work. And I thought that these people disappeared on me and didn't want to work with me. But anyway, I got an offer this morning from them, and it was really, really fun. And I was like, wow, I literally just said that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I believed it when I said it, too. That's the thing. You got to believe it when you say it. Mm-hmm. I think I'm really grateful for spending a few days with my mom and my dogs and just being in a different place with fresh air. San Diego is always very, very refreshing to me. And I'm grateful that I've experienced post-nut clarity. Go fuck yourself.
No, because literally. Yay, love you.
Love you.